Hello, and thank you for joining me in this video. What we're going to be talking about is how to make money buying and selling from thrift stores or even garage sales and pawn shops, places like that. Four things we're going to cover in this video is what is thrift store flipping or buying and selling, thrift store buying and selling tips, where to sell the stuff that you find in these thrift stores or used store places, and best items to resell. And basically, we're looking at this as a way to make money on the side. Maybe you're working full time, part time, or something, and you need some extra money. You need the money to maybe help for savings, pay bills, or whatever it is. Have fun. This is a something to consider as a side hustle. So, uh, basically, what thrift store flipping is when you buy used products and antiques at a low price, research online marketplaces for profit potentials, and proceed to buy and sell based on research results. You make money when the items you buy from thrift stores sell on online marketplaces. This is a great way to earn extra money as a side hustle to your current job, or if you are looking for something to help pay the bills, like I said earlier. Startup cost can be as little as $10 and a few minutes to travel to your nearest Goodwill or Salvation Army thrift store. Before you rush out, here are a few thrift store flipping tips. Okay, number one, before you purchase an item, always check online first. The best way to profit is to perform a quick search on eBay. It acts as a reliable way to gauge if there's a potential for profit. Remember that condition can make a big difference on the selling price, so base your research on items in similar condition. So basically, just take your phone with you when you go, look up the item and see if it's selling, see if other people are selling, so you know there's a market for it and what price. And usually these thrift stores have pretty low prices on the item, and so there's a potential for profit. Number two is shop high-end locations. Higher end areas tend to amass higher end thrift store hauls, so you might find better quality and name brand goods in those neighborhoods. It's a good idea. Number three, use discount days. Thrift stores constantly need to rotate their inventory because of donations. Therefore, many shops have a day or two each month where items are deeply discounted to make room for the next group of things to come in. Number four is clean it up. Always make sure that the items that you get there, that you clean them before you sell them online. I guess it'll help with your overall reputation and as you grow in this type of business. Okay, number five is consider shipping costs. Because profit margins are usually thin, things like seller fees and shipping costs can have a huge impact on the overall ability to make the kind of money that will improve your life. You don't have to exclusively buy and sell items that are lightweight and easy to ship, but be aware of the potential selling price. Can you add the extra cost to the end buyer and still make the amount of money you need? So next thing to kind of consider in this operation is where to resell these things online. eBay is probably one of the best sites to resell used products. Just do your research and be a student on how to be successful on that platform. Next site you could sell these on is Amazon, and you can use their FBA product. Basically, FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. And what you do is you take these things, clean them up, and you ship them to Amazon and list them for sale there. When the item sells, of course, people who are in the Amazon Prime program get that item shipped directly from Amazon. It's a great way to save you time in the process, and it also kind of becomes somewhat of a passive income. But just be aware that some items are restricted, some brand name items are gated, and you'll need to calculate fees into the resale price. Basically, do your research, and a lot of research. There's a lot uh, to learn and be aware of with Amazon FBA. It's just not something you can jump into, basically. Now, another site you can sell on is Etsy, and Etsy is a place for handmade goods, but it's also a place for antiques. So if the items you find at these thrift stores are older than 20 years or made 20 years ago, you're good to go. You can set up an antique store. You can create niche antique stores, as many as you want on Etsy. Just 20 cents per item to list, and they bill you for that. So it's a great idea. Next is Shopify. While this isn't a marketplace, Shopify can provide you with your very own store you can sell the items on. If you're not aware of Shopify, just go to shopify.com, and it's basically a place where you can create your very own store and add the items there. The benefit with having your own store is that you can attract target traffic to your items and set up a system of obtaining their email address to promote more products to them in the future. But be aware that the cost involved with Shopify is paying the monthly fee for them to host your store, and there's probably going to be expenses with promoting your store because you're pretty much on your own. The benefit of sites like eBay and Amazon FBA, not FBI, but FBA, is that they have a built-in customer base. With Shopify, you have to create your own. Another e-commerce store that you can start out free with this one, so at least you don't have that expense, is if you are starting out small, use the free e-commerce store platform Big Cartel. It's bigcartel.com. You can launch your store free with just 5 items. Next, a place where you can sell used clothes, similar to like eBay, but they just focus on clothes here, is Poshmark. And last place that I suggest that you can sell is Craigslist. You can list the items for sale or promote your store there for free. So here are a couple of items that do really well in the resale market, and books do really, really well online, used books. Brand name clothing, you might have to do some research on which brands do best in the used category and what conditions sell the best. Video games do really, really well. And mugs, of all things, if they're like collectible or they hold some kind of vanity or something like that, people find interesting. But of course, almost anything will have someone interested in buying it online. So don't just limit yourself to that. So I hope this video has been informational for you and helpful, and I wish you luck on your thrift store flipping venture. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and one last thing, don't forget to subscribe. Those subscriptions are needed now more than ever, so please help out the channel with a subscription by subscribing. Thank you, and goodbye. Mythical, so mystical, think what you like.